About a year and some change ago, I decided to put a video on the internet called AEW Has a Problem. About a whole year ago, I started this entire journey of what I guess I could call a downward spiral, a traumatic experience of massive concurrent blows to the psyche. I started my wrestle talks, I guess. And a lot has changed in a year. People are more willing to go outside. They are actually packing stadiums again. The price of bread's gone up a bit. Things look a little bit bleak for the human race as a whole. But do you know what isn't looking bleak? In a whole entire year of watching a wrestling promotion and bitching endlessly week after week after week, do you know what is not looking bleak? You, me, and wrestling! It's Thursday today, but for the sake of the bit, it's Wednesday, my guys, and you know what that means. So to celebrate an entire year of me going on and on and on about storytelling, about booking, about all these kind of things with wrestling as a whole, I wanted to have a special event. I wanted to do something special for you who watch me, for me who makes all this nonsense, for just AEW as a whole. I wanted to do something entirely new. So what I've decided to do is that I'm going to spend the next 8 hours of my life watching various bits of AEW. I'm going to watch 2 episodes of Dynamite. I'm going to watch 2 episodes of Collision. I'm going to mash them all together in one big, epic, fleeting regurgitation of my mind. The vibrations in my mind going into the vibrations of my mouth, going into the vibrations of your headphones, into your ears, into your psyche. I want to do 8 entire hours of that. And we're going to start with last week's Dynamite. Because usually when I miss a Dynamite, right, it's usually because I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's because, well, it was bad, but it was bad in a bland way. It was bad in the worst possible way. Last week was interesting. Last week was fascinating. I just didn't have any time to talk about it. But I have so many things to say. So I guess we should begin, shall we? Last week's Dynamite was insane. Awesome. Hilarious. Corny. Goofy, silly, dumb, stupid, bullshit. And so much fun to watch. Sometimes when you watch wrestling, you just have to learn to live with the dumb. Vince McMahon. Lord, I'm already losing everything. I'm already a few beers in, and it's 12:30 p.m. So, it's going to be a good day, boys. So, Vince McMahon, in all of his infinite wisdom, decided that a gobbledygooker was going to be an excellent wrestler. And what do? We just have to take that on the chin, and we're just going to have to agree and deal with that. AEW decides that we're going to take 2 of the most competent, 2 of the most well-talking, 2 of the biggest superstars that we have in the entire company. Adam Cole, MJF. 2 of my favorite guys. I gotta get that shirt. I need to get that shirt. I don't have that shirt yet. But you're going to put 2 of the biggest guys in the company together, and it's already working. They are already selling out in the most merchandise that they possibly can. Because you can. Like, MJF, it is so surreal to see him walking out onto a stage that isn't Long Island, New York, and actually getting pop for once. Why? Because he's mixed together with Adam Cole. And I always had this kind of idea when these two are going to be put together, right? Because usually with wrestling, one of the most basic storytelling devices that you're going to have is that you're going to have the corporate shill against the people's champion, the anti-establishment unauthoritarian. It's kind of interesting, though, between Adam Cole and Max. Because MJF is that anti-establishment authoritarian guy. And Adam Cole is the corporate champion. He's the corporate mouthpiece. Anytime Tony needs something to be told to the people, who does he go to? He goes to Adam Cole. Baby! But Adam Cole is a different kind of corporate champion. He's liked. People love Adam Cole. He yells his name, people go absolutely insane for that. Why? Well, people like AEW. One of the things that Cody died for, one of the hills that Cody died on, was the idea that he was going to be the corporate mouthpiece, but he was never going to go heel. No matter how much people thought that he sold out, no matter how much people think that he was doing things only for the money, Cody Rhodes always tried to be a people's champion alongside being that corporate mouthpiece. And it's so interesting because people like the corporate of AEW. We don't have that instant mouthpiece, that instant storytelling device that we can lean on. Because wrestling always loves to lead on the evil mastermind corporate head, right? Daniel Bryan, Stone Cold, Mick Foley, The Rock, all these different things that can come from revolving around this one evil person. Because typically, who doesn't want to beat up their boss, right? But AEW doesn't have that. Why? Because Tony is a corporate guy. Tony is a public guy. We see Tony all the time. Every live show, Tony comes out, he runs out, and he goes, "Are you guys ready to watch some motherfucking wrestling?" And everyone goes, "Yeah, Tony!" Tony is a fucking goober. Tony is a fan. He's just like me, for real. So, we can't really have Tony be that evil corporate mouthpiece. At least not the way that we're portraying him. Not the way he wants to be portrayed. So for the first time ever in professional wrestling, we have two individuals, one of which is the corporate mouthpiece who is beloved by everyone, one of which who is the anti-authoritarian disestablishment guy who is reviled and hated. That is so fascinating. That's so interesting. That's such an interesting way to tell a story for wrestling, because it is the complete opposite of everything that we have been, bred to understand. Everything that we have been conditioned to know. And what are we going to do with that? What can we do with that idea? Well, we're going to do a bunch of extremely painful, terrible, awful promos, a dance-off, and some of the silliest bullshit that you've ever seen. It amazes me how you can get two of the most charismatic, well-talking, mic-spitting guys. You put two of them in the same room together. They have zero chemistry. They have zero things to say to each other, to the audience. And it's so painfully awkward to watch. And it's also amazing that I fucking love it. It's amazing! Because they come in and they're giving some of the most painful promo work that I've ever seen in my life. Two guys that I know can do better than what they're doing, but I can't help it. I can't help but love it. Because it's goofy and it's stupid and it's cool, dude! Sometimes you just have to love the goofy bullshit. This match started with a fucking dance-off. A 2-on-2 versus Sammy Guevara and Danny Garcia. And they started dancing, and MJF started dancing. They got Adam Cole to dance. Everyone's dancing and having a good old time. They ring the bell. They're having a big old fight. And at the end, despite everything in my soul telling me that I shouldn't do that, when they hit that double clothesline to finish it off, I stood up in my seat and I fucking put two fists in the air and went, yes! Yes! Wrestling! I can't help it. It's so dumb, it's great. It's so stupid, it's warped itself around to become genius. It's incomprehensible to the human mind to understand wrestling as a whole. One of the biggest things that I do here is to try to understand what the hell that I'm watching off of the venue of, regurgitating the theater of the mind directly to you. I just throw words on a page, and hopefully those words are going to coalesce themselves in a way that you, and more importantly I can understand wrestling. But this is not something that you can truly understand. Even if everything inside you tells you that something is bad, sometimes it's just good. Even if everything inside you tells you that something is good, sometimes it's just bad. Like with Jungle Boy. You didn't think I was gonna get into him. You all thought that I fucking skipped that match, did you? Jungle Boy is an evil man now. Jungle Boy is now Jungle Man, and he's evil, and he's deforesting the rainforest. He is going to destroy everything that you know and love. He's going to drop kick babies into holes. He literally buried and killed his old persona. He's no longer Jungle Boy. Now he's just Jack. Cool. And the idea of a Jungle Boy heel turn is great. Jungle Boy is a perma face. He's a silly guy. He's got, a silly gimmick. People love him for that. The only way that you can make him reliably be a heel is if he destroys that gimmick and gets rid of it and changes his theme music. For the love of God, Jungle Boy learned what Jericho could not. He changed his theme music. Did we have to change it to Beethoven? Did we have to have Jungle Boy come out and be like, I want to have the most sinister sounding music of all time. I'm gonna play Beethoven for all of the lads. Come on, man, that's way too on the nose. What are you gonna do if you become a good guy again? Are you gonna keep the ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba? Come on! It makes sense back in the day, right? When you have guys like Randy Savage, when you have guys like Ric Flair, they come out with classical music. Why? Because that's just what they had at the time. This is before we had all of these different... This is before wrestling had just massive amounts of money that you could put into making your own customized theme music. So yeah, when Randy Savage comes out, of course you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna have fucking the most victorious music that you're gonna ever even imagine. And because it's free, because it's, you know, royalty-free music, public domain stuff, it's brilliant, it's genius, it's good. Jungle Boy does not really fit his theme anymore. Like, he had this great theme, the whoa, 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 whoa. Like, he had this great theme. It doesn't work anymore because he's a bad guy. So, obviously, we gotta change it. But, man, is there any way that we could create, like, a dark Jungle Boy theme? We have so many musicians working for AEW, working for wrestling as a whole. People that would love to get a chance to have their music be pushed out. Shoot, get Jericho out there. Have Fozzy make Jungle Boy's new theme. If you did that, that would, like, plant some seeds, you know? Maybe Jungle Boy will be joining Jericho soon. Who knows? But I guess we're just gonna use Beethoven? Okay. And man, everything, like, the idea of a Jungle Boy heel turn is great. The idea of a Jungle Boy heel turn and having his first opponent be Hook. What a perfect first opponent for evil Jungle Boy. Everything about the booking here is perfect, but everything around it is terrible. Why does Jungle Boy want to be evil? What has caused him to turn to the dark side? Well, he lost a couple of big matches. He sees a belt and he goes, I don't like seeing another belt. You know, the FTW belt that totally matters. He's like, I don't like seeing a belt on my friend. I'm evil now. And I'm going to do evil things like eye pokes and cheating. You know, things that Jungle Boy used to do. With no real explanation. Jungle Boy has gone from a face to a heel without the Die Rocky Die promo. What are we doing? Like, he turned evil, then he dropped a promo, and it was fine, I guess. But man, Jungle Boy deserves so much more than what he's gotten. The man is a workhorse. If we can't figure out how to reliably turn him into a heel, don't do it. Because we don't know what we're doing. We're just going to go, he needs to be a heel. And then you turn over to Jungle Boy and you say, hey, Jungle Boy, do heel things. And he goes, what does that mean? And they go, do heel things. And then he does heel things. Okay? I guess? And he's trying his best. Dude, I love seeing him go in there and he's riling up the crowd. He's like, in between moves, he like turns to the crowd and he goes, you guys suck! And everyone goes, boo! We don't like Jungle Boy! Ew! Poopy Jungle Boy! He's gross and he's bad and he sucks and I don't like him anymore. But there's nothing tethering us to an evil Jungle Boy. This is like the first time that I've ever seen perfect booking with terrible execution. Jungle Boy has had a long, storied career. Jungle Boy has made a lot of friends. He's made a lot of enemies. He's had a lot of story moments. He's basically the face of a tag team championship run. We can't figure out anything to do with him. At all. Whatsoever. Here's an idea. Jurassic Express Red Dragon. I believe it was 2019. There was this moment. This wonderful moment. Where Christian Cage, a good guy at this time, hands Jungle Boy a chair, tells them, finish off the enemy. Jungle Boy fails to do so. He can't. He doesn't have that aggressive spark. He doesn't have that violence inside of him. That's why we love Jungle Boy. That's why he's good. That's why he's a face. He doesn't have to resort to meaningless violence. He doesn't have to resort to paralyzing his enemies. He's just going to work harder. He's just going to take the hits. He's going to be tougher. He's going to be better. That was a great, incredible moment to start this entire train off. The downfall of Jungle Boy should not just happen immediately. We've seen this guy as a face for like 4 years now. The downfall of Jungle Boy should be gradual. Where him realizing that he can't just tough it out all the time makes him resort to more violent tactics. Where he can go in. Christian Cage, betraying him, being an evil bastard, and betraying Jungle Boy, that could set off something in him. Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage should have mirrored that moment. Where Jungle Boy holds the chair in his hand. And at the moment of execution, at the biggest moment of his career, where he can finally get revenge for all of the evil things done to him, where he can finally prove everyone wrong, he decides, no, I don't want to do this. This is beneath me. And in that moment of hesitation, he begins to lower the chair, is attacked from behind by Luchasaurus. Oh my god! And Jungle Boy is killed instantly from that lack of violence. So he begins to grow as a singles wrestler. And you see very early that there is something very wrong with Jungle Boy. And it all comes to a head when him and his new best friend Hook. He's not even really good friends with Hook, right? Everyone can see that he really just kind of stapled himself onto Hook because he's been suffering a bunch of losses. He's lost his best friend, his father figure. Who even knows what happened to Marco Stunt? He's dead. He's gone. Jungle Boy used to have a huge family around him, a support system. That was what kept him going. That is what made him so tough, but he no longer has it. So eventually, he's gonna snap. He's gonna hold that chair. The way that I would book this is that I would actually have Jungle Boy earn a match against Hook. And I would finally parallel that moment one more time in the FTW Championship match. FTW, no rules, chairs allowed, suplexes galore. They have a great match. But at the very end, Jungle Boy finally holds that chair one more time. And all of these emotions begin to swell within him until finally he just breaks. And he slams that chair onto Hook. And he hits him again, and he hits him again, and 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 again. The bell rings, but he hits him again. The bell rings again, he hits him again, and he hits him again. Taz, Hook's dad, comes out and tries to stop Jungle Boy. Boom! Kills Taz, hits Hook again, hits Hook again, hits Hook again. Die! 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 Thus begins Violent Jungle Boy. That's a heel turn. Do you know how they did it? All of that was just off the cuff. I made that up right now. Do you know how they did it? Jungle Boy went, I don't like the Hook has a belt. I just lost to MJF and I'm mad. And he beat up Hook. And then we had a bunch of promos where Jungle Boy was coming to the stage and he went, I'm evil now. And Hook was like, I'm mad. And eventually they fought, and Jungle Boy, he's just an evil bastard now. So of course he just uses cheap tactics. Eye pokes, uses the belt, smacks Hook across the head, and he's like, okay, I did it. I am the champion now because I'm evil. Great booking. Awful execution. I could talk about this Jungle Boy turn forever. Because it's fucking baffling to me that they got it so wrong. They set up all of the pieces. Throughout years of this man's career, they set up every single piece to make this wrestling perfection. And they failed to deliver. And that sucks. Jungle Boy doesn't deserve that. Jungle Boy has put his heart and soul and body in for this company over and over and over again for a limp-dicked, flaccid match to cement him as evil, I guess. No wrestler deserves this kind of treatment. To put everything that they are for my entertainment on the line. They put everything on the line so that I can be entertained. So that I can fucking punch my fist in the air and go, yes, wrestling is good. Blood, guts. It's Shark Week, baby! Everyone is fucking violent because I guess sharks are violent creatures, but it's Shark Week! It's blood and guts. They're going nuts. They're going crazy. They're putting everything that they are for my entertainment. Nobody deserves to be screwed this fucking badly. By creative. By this limp-dicked, lazy writing. This needs to improve. This needs to improve so fucking bad. No, I'm not talking about Jungle Boy anymore. Did I tell you about the women's division this week? Britt Baker came out against, let me check my notes real quick. Kayla Sparks. The match lasted 2 minutes. Kayla Sparks got a whole monumental 0 moves out. Britt won the match, and that was the end. That was everything that the women's division was this week. We gotta make room for the Shark Week match, dude! What do you think, we want to watch women on television? That's bullshit. Stupid. We gotta make room for the hour-long fucking headliner. I feel like people don't understand the purpose of jobbing anymore. I, for one, am a big fan of most jobbers. I'm a big fan of people that put their hearts and souls out there only to lose again and again and again. I love jobbing. Jobbing is great. I think it's incredible. There's this old wrestling story. I think the Hulkster told it. There was a match going on with the British Bulldog against some random guy no one had ever really heard of. And how they were determining this match, this is before everything was like completely pre-scripted. Everything was preordained. Basically, this is back when it's like, okay, we have who's going to win, who's going to lose. And then while you are getting ready for the match, we'll talk about what we can do. And then during the match, we'll talk about what we can do. It's kind of really violent improv. So this guy was like, hey, I got a mean drop kick. So during the match, you're going to win the match pretty cleanly. But somewhere during the match, you're going to hit me with a clothesline. I'm going to kip up, and I'm going to run in and give you a drop kick. Clean stuff. When the British Bulldog clotheslined him, he kipped up. British Bulldog ran back, ran the ropes, ran towards this guy. He jumped up to do the drop kick, and the British Bulldog stopped. The guy missed his move. Fell to the mat, was killed instantly, and lost the match. Didn't get a single move off. Andre the Giant then requested a match with the British Bulldog where he nearly actually killed him in the fucking ring. He started slapping his chest, and he didn't hold back. And Andre was a big dude, so he went boom! 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 Backstage, he said, if you ever pull that shit again, I will not stop hitting you. I will actually kill you. There's a beautiful thing about jobbing. Andre understood it, and through him, I can understand it. Jobbing isn't just about having a body there to make someone look better. That's what the creative at AEW seems to believe. Shoot, even at WWE, they tend to do this a whole lot. Where the jobber just comes out and goes, I'm here, and then he dies, and that's it. Who wants to watch a match where one person does a move? I've seen plenty of Wardlow matches. They're not fucking fun. There are two purposes to a jobber match. You gotta make the good guy look, or the bad guy, you have to make the seller look strong. And more importantly, you have to make the jobber look strong. If a jobber can get a single move in, a single big hit, to knock the lights out of the enemy, the thing that they specialize in, that means that their TV time was not fucking wasted. Let me look up her name again because I don't bother to remember. This Kayla Sparks person? From all the way down in Dark? I could have done her job. All she had to do was get hit 4 times and lose. What's the point of that? Do you want me to care about Kayla Sparks? You put her on television. Obviously you want me to care about her. Let her get a move off. Let her get a move. If we're going to have a 2-minute women's match, don't have a match. And of course they're going to come out and go like, oh, people would complain if we didn't have a match for the women's division. The entrances were longer than the match. You wasted everyone's time. Both of the wrestlers here could have gotten hurt. What were you going to do then? What if somebody slipped while doing a move and killed both of them? In the world of professional wrestling, we have to understand that every single match could violently injure either participant. That's part of the fucking game. So we need, 100% absolutely need, desperately to make every single match count. A 2-minute match where one of the participants doesn't get a single move off isn't a match. It's just placating. It's pandering. It's bullshit. And it's stupid and it's bad. And it sucks. And I don't like it. What the fuck, man? I've been complaining about the women's division for so fucking long. This is the worst that it's been. This is the worst match I've ever seen in my life. Bar none. I would rather watch a 60-minute match where 2 people do nothing than watch a 2-minute match where 2 people do nothing. Because at least a 60-minute match has that time limit. It has that grandeur. There is some sort of stakes. A 2-minute match is just filler. Did you think this was going to placate me? Did you think I was going to be satisfied by seeing women on screen? Did you fucking think that if you just put them on screen, then everyone would go, yay! We did it! Women are strong and good! We did it, boys! The women's division is healthy! Who the fuck were you placating? Who was happy about this match? No one! Kayla Sparks might have been excited about it because she finally got to get on TV, but man, you didn't even let her do anything. What's the point of letting someone on television if they're not going to do anything? What if she pulled off a crazy, sick, fucking awesome move that I've never seen before? What if she got one move off that was cool? I would be a Kayla Sparks fan. And I would want to see her on television more. But instead we have a 2-minute match where nothing happens? No story was told. No preamble, no fucking epilogue, nothing. Nothing happened. It was 4 minutes of wasted time. 4 minutes you could have put towards, I don't know, Jericho talking to fucking Don Callis about some nonsense. I like how we keep fucking cutting back to that. I like how we're trying to put storytelling first with that. Does anyone care about Jericho and Don Callis at this point? I like Jericho. I hate Don Callis. Seems to be a good mix. Okay. Who benefits from this? It's because Don is, like, evil and bad. And we want to make Jericho evil and bad. Like the way he's been for the last 2 years. Is he going to turn on Don and be like, oh, this is the face turn. We did it, boys. I guess that works. But people always like Jericho. Jericho can be whatever the fuck he wants. We'll just accept it. If he wants to be a face, if he wants to be a heel, all he has to do is fucking drop one promo and tell us if we should cheer or boo. And we'll cheer or boo. Jericho's that good. What's the point of this? I appreciate that he's trying to get the JAS to go out and branch out, but you know, there's one person that I'd like to see a little bit more in the JAS, and that person would be Anna Jay! I would like to see more Anna Jay branching out, but apparently she's not good enough for this for the storyline of the JAS proving themselves. So because she's a woman and the women's division sucks. Okay. What's the point? I dropped my bullshit. Fortunately, I come prepared. You may wonder why I keep all these long, awkward pauses within my video. It'd be the easiest thing in the world to just cut them out, but man. Every once in a while, I just want you all to think about what I say. Those awkward pauses are for people that watched Dynamite alongside with me and then watched my videos to see what happened, right? To have a different perspective on what actually happened in wrestling, right? And in between big, long, epic rants, I just want to have a little bit of moment of quiet. Because those moments of quiet inspire you to really think about what's going on. And while it does mess with the pacing, while it might not get the TikTok clicks, I don't care. I'm here to try to enlighten. I'm here to try to really push my ideas, really push my storytelling bravado onto the internet. And sometimes a couple epic pauses are what it takes. So I've been complaining a whole lot about this, but man, the first half was terrible. In its wild, goofy, funny way. The second half was fucking insane. Blood and Guts was nuts, okay? The Blood and Guts match itself, Golden Elite versus Blackbrook, was fucking stupid. It was insane. The very beginning of this match saw Kenny slammed onto glass, and I went, oh, there's no way that could be the worst thing that happens. And then we see there are some things I never want to say out loud. There are some things that I never want to see again. Somebody bringing a board with nails sticking the fuck out of it, getting powerbombed onto a fucking Iron Maiden board, and then having someone splash on top of them is something I never want to fucking see again. Oh, this match was fucking painful, man. Have we really gotten to the point where we have to bring out a board of fucking nails to prove how hardcore and serious we are about wrestling. People are going to fucking die. This is insane. Fun, insane. There was a moment where Wheeler Yuta got into the top of the cage and he pulled out a bag of tacks and he started raining the tacks down on top of everyone inside the cage. And at that moment I went, finally. Finally something tame for me to watch. Great match. Fucking crazy. Absolutely nuts. I can't even begin to explain what happened because it was just that fucking crazy and good. It was good. I would like to see them make a good match that doesn't involve people, you know, tempting fate with spinal injuries and tacked feet and raining thumbtacks and power bombs and rubbing against glass. And I'd like to see some fucking good wrestling without all that, but you know, it's fucking good wrestling. I'll take what I can get, I guess. It's just weird that the Kota Ibushi match was this one where he was outshined by 9 separate wrestlers at the same time. Nuts. Crazy. I think that's everything I have to say. Huh. Now we're going to take things back to Collision, I believe July 15th. The week before the episode of Dynamite that I just talked about, there's 2 things that I want to talk about that I find particularly interesting about this episode. Firstly, FTR versus Bullet Club. This is everything that I could have possibly wanted to talk about with wrestling, right? Everything that I want to say. I just watched a Dynamite where people got themselves killed on screen. And, you know, they're doing crazy shit like dropping themselves onto glass, dropping themselves onto a literal bed of fucking nails. I don't want people to really rely on that. I want people to rely on good wrestling. FTR Bullet Club, exactly what I'm talking about. It was an entire hour long, and it was just good wrestling. They did everything that they could have possibly needed. They brought it outside the ring. They did crazy just moves all over the place. It was good. It was so fucking good. Watch this episode of Collision. If you want to know what I'm talking about, watch this episode of Collision, because it was good without having to rely on bullshit. And it was good without having to rely on literally injuring and damaging the people involved. Is that too much to ask? Otherwise, I think it's great. I like CM Punk again. I think that it's great that I like CM Punk again. The man was willing to drop a title match. Well, I guess the participation of a title match, like the chance to get one, to Ricky Starks. All it took, Punk, all that it fucking took was one loss. If you are willing to drop a major loss to some high-end talent to push them over because you understand that it's not going to hurt you and you know that it is only going to benefit them, mad respect. Mad props. Good work. Man, Collision's looking pretty good. Do you ever just watch something good and not have too much to say on it? It's kind of like what I see with Collision here. Collision is pretty good. I just watched the newest episode as the 22nd, 23rd, whenever it came out. Collision is just pretty good. It's solid wrestling, good booking, safe wrestling. Which, granted, how much I've been complaining about Dynamite recently, that's probably something that we need. Something that we desperately yearn for nowadays. A couple things I want to talk about with Collision, though. Darby, go figure, once he is unshackled from Sting, Darby suddenly has to become his own man, and turns out he's pretty fucking good at being his own man. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's pretty much the only guy who I could possibly imagine is capable of taking multiple different finishers without dying instantly. Because, wrestling, it's all this, premeditated bullshit, right? Wrestling, that it's not a real competition, but the interesting idea of everything is coming to a conclusion of the match based off of everything that happens outside of the match. Being able to read these different, I guess you could call it hot dogging, backstaging, diva politics. And reading all of that and seeing match results based off of that. Who is more popular? That's probably going to be who wins. Or, who do we want to be more popular? That's probably going to be who wins. It's more of a storytelling device than it is an actual competitive sport. That's what makes wrestling interesting. That's what makes wrestling entertaining and fun. Is being able to read between those lines. And being able to truly book alongside the bookies. That's why I continue to tell Tony, hey, hire me. That's why many people like me think that they could book a wrestling promotion. Because we've been watching this nonsense so long that we also believe that we could do it. And AEW Collision, it feels like somebody like us, someone like me, booking for this kind of nonsense. Booking for these kind of shows. Ricky Starks is falling into heeldom because he's so obsessed with winning that he is, grabbing at the ropes. He's using dirty tactics to win. And you see him speaking to the audience. You see him really connecting with people. But as he does that, you also see the other side of Ricky. You also see him cheating to win. That's interesting. That's fascinating. There's a story being told. CM Punk is capable of taking losses to boost other people. Darby Allin, now not having to have Sting win every match for him, has to be his own person. He's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. He's just great. We finally get to have Darby back. It's great. It's awesome. But there's an old saying, there is nothing that truly matters in a statement before you say the word but. But does it not feel like Collision is being a little bit too safe? Collision has taken all the best talent that we have, right? All the biggest draws, all the top talent, with the sole exception of someone like MJF, someone like Adam Cole, these kind of guys. They've taken all the best talent and really just cannibalized them and put them in one show. And in that one show, these people are just wrestling. we'll see how the stories go going forward, but for the most part, it's just good, solid, fundamental wrestling, which is good. Which is what I've been saying that I miss, which is what I've been saying that I want more of. But seeing it in Collision, I can't feel but want more. I want more. It's kind of weird. When you've been mired in horseshit for so long, sometimes you yearn for the horseshit. Sometimes you yearn for a product that takes massive risks, even if they fail over and over and over again. Sometimes you yearn for the lesser product. And Collision is definitely the better product, but it's hard to even explain how I feel about this. Because I want to love this. This is good. Nothing in this world is going to make me say that this isn't good, but there it is again. But where are we going with all these stories? That's a very interesting question, isn't it? And I don't know if I'm just being outplayed. I don't know if their booking, their storytelling is just so beyond. I don't know if I've just been mired in the standard for so long that I can't even tell anymore. But it doesn't feel like this is going anywhere. It feels like this is just two people good at fighting. Which there's nothing wrong with. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch. It doesn't get everybody involved killed. Is that not all that we should ask for? Or should we ask for more? Should we ask to take risks? Should we ask to theoretically be shovel-fed bullshit for the sake of something great hidden within? Or should we ask for the safest option because it's guaranteed entertaining? It's quite interesting to think about that kind of thing. We brought in Christian Cage. People like to hate on Christian Cage. He's a very good heel. We are trying to tell a story about him being a coward. But yet he went in to fight. It's a very interesting thing that we're telling here, where it's like the in-between of a man who is incapable of earning anything himself, but still prideful enough to fight for what he's earned. Right? And that's a story. That's something interesting and cool and unique. But how many times have we seen that story? Unique is certainly not the word for it. Safe? Good? Yes. Unique? No. So we come to this idea where they're telling good stories, but where are the stories going? What kind of crazy thing are we going to try to tell here? Well, Punk is capable of losing. They're pushing Stark as a, hopefully, incredible villain. Good. Maybe we'll see someone rise up against them. Maybe we'll see the story of somebody even from Stark's past come back to try to bring him back to the light. After he has cheated over and over again to win. Who knows? But that's the interesting thing about talking about wrestling, right? I want to know. So I come up with ideas about what could happen. But I don't know. Because it feels so safe, it feels so by the numbers. It feels like everything happened, but nothing happened. Am I even making sense here? Do you people even understand what I'm saying? I feel like a crazy person rambling. Someone grasping at straws to find something negative to talk about with Collision. Because it's just good. It is just good. And there's nothing that I should have negative to say about it. I should be in my seat, pumping my fist in the air, being so excited to watch good wrestling again, and yet there's something deep inside me that is gnawing at me. Something missing. And I don't have what it takes to find it. Maybe that's the story. Maybe that's the story within itself, that they're just doing good wrestling, but is good enough. Perhaps they'll turn against me. Perhaps the story is involving someone like myself, who likes what they're seeing, who wants to love what they're seeing, but can't. Maybe they'll turn. But maybe I'm just being overzealous. Maybe I'm just seeing a messianic complex within myself. I am the center of my universe, and wrestling should cater directly to me. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what even to say about this. Other than solid product. I'm glad to see Darby doing well. I like CM Punk again. I like how they're pushing Ricky. It's good shit. But could it be great? Could it be more? That's the question, isn't it? That's not a question I can truly answer. Is it? Women's match was 7 minutes. Get your fucking shit together, Tony! Ah! I don't normally do this. I had to record a segment on a single match. Because holy fucking shit, man. Holy shit. All the pieces connected. Everything was incredible. AR Fox is evil. AR Fox is working for fucking Blackbrook. Oh my god. We go through all of this nonsense. We go through all of these fucking... All of these promos, right? Of Darby Allin going out and going, AR Fox, he's such a good guy. I was homeless in the streets and he brought me in. AR Fox is a guardian angel. How can this man be mired in the mid card, in the low card? How can this man be fighting on AEW Dark when he's such a good guy, when he's such a nice dude? So they go in, and AR Fox fights Orange Cassidy. AR Fox is the complete fucking package. AR Fox is so fucking good. He is so good at wrestling, it's insane. Every single match, every single thing that he was doing. There was a moment where he threw Orange Cassidy off the top rope. Orange rolled through being thrown, and AR Fox jumped forward and rolled in perfect synchronization with Orange. Got in front of him and almost fucking just boom, hit him with a cutter. It would have been the most impressive thing that I've seen in my entire life. And he made it look seamless. He made it look flawless. He made it look like something that he does on the fucking regular. Holy shit. That was impressive. Every single move that AR Fox did was incredible and good and impressive. So why wouldn't someone like the Blackbrook Combat Club look to him? Holy fuck. So he goes in. He's being mired in the low card, and of course he's fucking sick of that shit. So what does he do? He ties himself up with someone powerful, someone like John fucking Moxley. Puts Orange Cassidy in a place where he is not ready to be taken, and just boom, just fucking destroys Cassidy. I can't believe this. This is good. This is so fucking good. Out of nowhere, AR Fox has become my favorite boy. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit, that's so fucking good. That's so fucking good. I never expected this. I did not see this coming. I am so fucking flabbergasted and surprised. The match was great, but, you know, it's one of those matches, again, with Orange, where Orange is like a video game character that you made, where you put all of your points in defense and pinning. That's it. Orange is the exact opposite of everything that I complain about with the rest of, like, jobbing matches, right? Typically, you see a jobbing match, and especially in AEW, you have one person coming out, just does all of their moves on some random mook that doesn't matter. They win. That's it. Orange Cassidy is the opposite. Orange comes out, the random mook does all of their moves on Orange, and then Orange gets like a random pin out of nowhere and wins. Granted, that's his brand. Granted, that's what he does. He's laissez-faire. He's feeling the fucking groove, man. Of course he's gonna win in the fucking laziest way possible. But to see that finally come in a fucking storyline? That's good. That's really good. I can't wait to see where this goes. Holy shit. Holy shit! Okay. Fine. You win AEW. I'm not gonna make the super fucking funny joke that I had planned that was gonna be awesome and good, because you guys are so fucking smart that you guys you figured the joke out before I could. Bravo. Good job. You did it. I was watching Collision. I was watching Collision. They were talking about the matches that were going to happen on Dynamite this week. And they're like, oh my goodness gracious, it's a dream match. It's Pac versus Gravity. No one's ever heard of Gravity. Nobody gives a fuck about Gravity. So immediately I was like, guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. You guys remember when Neville was the man that Gravity forgot? Well, I forgot about Gravity. Wow! And of course, that joke that is the diametrically, mathematically, the funniest joke ever told. You cannot prove me wrong. It is the funniest thing that has ever been conjured by a human mind. That joke has been stolen. That joke has been taken away from me by AEW Creative. Because, of course, Pac was hitting Gravity going, Do not forget about me. Never forget me. It's like, fuck. Shit. Bitch. I had a great joke, and they built the entire match around that joke. Fuck. Now I'm dropping everything. Oh, it's fucking fine. 10-second rule or whatnot. Other than that, gravity is inconsequential. Why the fuck are we trying to push Bandito's brother if we have yet to push Bandito? Okay. What else we got here? AR Fox rules. I already talked about that. So, right. The Jungle Boy promo. Jungle Boy came out and he fucking wanted to talk about beating Hook. It's so fucking funny. It is so funny listening to Jungle Boy try to be a heel, because he's obviously not very proficient. He's not very experienced, and he's not very comfortable with being a bad guy, right? He comes out and he's throwing lines like, "You people are smelly doo-doo. I would have expected things from New Jersey, but you all suck. You're bad. And the guy I was fighting was idiotic poopy. And I don't like your sports and you're bad." It's like, everything that Jungle Boy was saying in his epic heel promo, it felt like he was reading from cue cards. Because this Jungle Boy heel turn inherently has nothing going for it. There's nothing driving this heel turn. All they said was, "Jungle Boy, you're a bad guy now. Be a bad guy." And Jungle Boy's like, "Okay. As you say, boss." So he went and he tried to do a be bad guy, and it's fucking bad. It's really fucking unfortunate. He's trying his best. So, Jungle Boy, he's like, "Oh, no one cared about this FTW championship till I had it." Which is incorrect, because nobody cares about the FTW championship to this day, but it's fine. And he's fucking confronted by some fuck I have not even bothered to write the name down of. He could be a legend. I don't even know. I didn't watch ECW back in the day. All I know is I saw Jungle Boy throwing a promo. Somebody ran into the ring. Some octogenarian geriatric motherfucker walked into the ring. Fucking grayed hair. He's like 8,000 years old, going, "Well, you see, sonny, there would be no Jungle Boy without guys like me and ECW. So if you don't shut your mouth, well, someone's gonna beat you up." And Jungle Boy goes, "Okay, old man, who's gonna beat me up? Who's gonna beat me up, huh? Huh?" And I wanted so badly. I wanted so much for the lights to turn off, the stage lights to go on, and someone like fucking Vader to walk in through the door to kill Jungle Boy. I wanted like Lance Archer to walk in through the door going, "That guy is going to kill you now, Jungle Boy." But instead, this fucking 80 billion year old man, this Jurassic fuck, drops a microphone going, "I'm going to beat you up, Jungle Boy, man." Jungle Boy's like, "Well, I'm gonna be scared of you." What the fuck is this? Is this a fucking angle? Like I said, guy could be a legend. Never fucking heard the name. Didn't watch ECW. Don't give half of a fuck. Because AEW didn't do anything to prepare me for this. So I don't fucking care. This octogenarian motherfucker is not killing Jungle Boy in the ring. 0% chance. This is the kind of guy that walks into the ring, points to the door and says, that guy's gonna beat you up. And a fucking 18,000 foot tall behemoth of a man walks in and compresses Jungle Boy into a basketball. That is the kind of guy... That's the kind of role that this guy normally should have, right? But apparently Jungle Boy is going to fight some crustaceous individual. Okay. I hope Jungle Boy wins. Fuck ECW. So, after that, we got Darby versus Swerve. Well, after that, we got the women's match, but... women's match. So, Darby versus Swerve. And one of the things I like about this is that they are building on that big-ass tournament that they had, right? Like, a lot of things happened in that tournament. It really boosted up Swerve. I like that. That's good. Cool. I like seeing Swerve on TV. Swerve is a very excellent individual. And sometimes you can tell with certain wrestlers that a talent is able to boost the talent around them. They're able to, make a connection, build some chemistry, and really carry a match for any match that they're in. Darby is one of those guys. Swerve is another one of those guys. Put them together in a match, you get a good ass fucking match. You got a great fucking match. Really fun, really good. AR Fox came in the end, and, well, I guess AR Fox is part of the firm now. So now he can join Swerve in relentless mediocrity and the bottom to mid card. Why do you keep doing this to me? Come on, you had something great going on with AR Fox. Why would you do this to the man? Here's hoping the best for him. But yeah, aside from that whole big AR Fox thing, and, well, Darby Swerve being fun, and Jungle Boy being an absolute fucking legend of a man who keeps getting written into terrible storylines. It's about everything that happened this week. Here's to a year, but I can't even fucking toast correctly. I am toasted, dude. Here's to a year of wrestling videos. Anyone who decided to watch this fucking descent into madness, I want you to know that I truly appreciate you. Anyone who liked, anyone who commented, anyone who even simply put their eyeballs on the video. Thank you. Here's to another year, boys. It's gonna be wild. Let's go one more, just for old time's sake. Here's for one more year. Ah!